I'd like to buy some protection. The man in the sharp coat stands across the counter of a small, flour-dusted bakery. He speaks softly, making direct eye contact with the owner. Then, the scene freezes. The lighting shifts, grid lines appear, and the flour dust hangs perfectly still in the air. We are in a modern courtroom, analyzing a holographic reconstruction of an alleged extortion. The defense attorney points to the exact words used: buy some protection. According to the dictionary, he was simply asking to purchase a security system, a standard legal transaction. The prosecution counters. By looking at the men's history and the context of the conversation, they argue the real message was a threat: pay up or the bakery burns down. This highlights the difference between sentence meaning, the literal definition of the words, and speaker meaning, which is the specific goal the person wanted to achieve. To decide if a crime was committed here, the jury has to look past the dictionary. They have to dissect how meaning is actually built. Let's look at the exact fraction of a second the man speaks. First, we have the utterance. This is the physical event of making noise, a fleeting vibration of vocal cords, pushing air that vanishes instantly. From physical sound waves, our brains extract a sentence. This abstract grammatical structure lives purely in the rules of language. Inside that grammar is the proposition, the thought blueprint, the raw claim about the world, stripped of specific English words. In this trial, the court isn't just weighing the sound or the grammar. They are trying to determine if the speaker was asserting a specific, illegal thought blueprint. How do we prove what that blueprint actually means? Let's isolate the word protection. Language works by using reference. This is when we use a word like a laser pointer to pick out a physical object in the real world, like a camera or a lock. The other way we get meaning is through sense. This doesn't point to the outside world. It's the way a word connects to a web of other concepts within the language itself, like how protection relates to safety or extortion. To see how these work together, let's look at a simpler concept: a cat. This illustration shows a massive crowd of animals. This is the extension of the word cat, a giant category containing every possible cat on the planet. This second drawing shows one individual cat. This is the referent, the specific single target a speaker is pointing to right now. Back in the bakery, the defense hides behind the broad, safe sense of the word protection, but the prosecution argues the speaker used that word to target a very specific illegal referent. Finally, we have to look at what the man was actually doing with his voice. Words don't just describe the world. They are tools used to act on it. This is a speech act, a moment where saying the words is the action itself. When the baker says, "I won't pay," he isn't just describing his feelings. He is performing the act of refusal. When the mobster mentions a fire breaking out, he isn't giving a weather report. He is performing a deliberate act of intimidation. The words carry a tangible force. They cross the room to create fear and pressure the victim into a corner. Because words can be used as actions, a sentence can function like a physical weapon. The hologram unfreezes, and the scene in the bakery plays out to the end. In less than a second, the physical noise, the grammar, the underlying thought, and the speech act all snap together to deliver a message. The jury returns a guilty verdict. They recognize that the intent behind the words was a direct action, proving the speaker used language to commit a crime. You use this same machinery every day. When you tell a friend you'll be there, you're performing a promise. When you text someone happy birthday, you're performing a greeting. When you say "I do" at a wedding, you're using words to create a new legal reality. Once you see these hidden layers of communication, you'll never hear a simple sentence the same way again.